Dusty!
Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got a perspective on things.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ray, and I got a perspective on things as well. Yeah! You ready to get started, bro?
I'm totally ready.
Dude, I'm so jacked up. I had an energy drink and coffee today, so I'm a little extra jacked, man. You know what I mean?
Just remember the neighbors.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah! Hey, man, you pumped up for Super Thursday, man? You jacked up for Super Thursday?
There's a Super Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden said it was Super Thursday, man. Get jacked up for Super Thursday.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Who said it again?
Joe Biden. Did you see that clip? Did you see that one?
You mean one in the long list of gaffes that he does on a daily basis now?
Hey, we're getting ready for Super Thursday. I mean, Tuesday. I don't know what day it is anymore, man. It's crazy. Imagine wasting... Oh, we're going to get there. We're going to get off their walk-off bomb. We're getting there. Don't worry.
You did see the title of today's episode, right?
What is the title today?
Stupid is spreading faster than the coronavirus.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. This is going to be a fun topic today. You ready to go? But you know what's faster? Spreading faster than the stupid. Faster than the coronavirus right now. Plausible Foolishness. We're taking over, man. We're fast. We're expanding faster than the universe itself, man. So make sure you follow us everywhere on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. If you want to get in there with the comments and see all the awesome graphics, make sure you hit follow on there when you're on Twitch. There's an amazing graphic. It'll show you how true of an American that you are, and we're going to give you tons of love, which is a lot of fun. Also, could follow us on TikTok. I'm at 31,000 followers on the strong one. We've also got Plausible Foolishness on TikTok as well. We are all over, which is a lot of fun. Let's see. Where else are we? Facebook. We're on Instagram. You had an amazing meme that went viral, which was great. The good old Joker meme, which is classic.
Yeah, it's classic. You can't,
bro.
You really can't go wrong.
And everybody loses their mind. Like, it's beautiful. I love it, which is great. But we're on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We are also on Patreon. Thank you so much for sponsoring us on Patreon. You keep the lights going. You keep the show going. We're inching closer and closer and closer to 100 episodes, which is really exciting. So I get more and more jacked up as the show progresses. I look forward to Wednesday nights at 8:30 even more than I do on Tuesday at 6:05 for NWA Power. I get excited to do this show with the mad scientist, Matt, so I'm very excited, man.
Speaking of wrestling, we had a special episode on Saturday. Dusty was there.
Dusty?
Yes, he was there.
Okay, gotcha.
There was a couple others at least.
Okay.
And we talked a little bit about wrestling.
Wrestling?
We also talked about some politics.
Oh, yeah.
But we were there for AEW Revolution. I want to talk about that just for a second.
Okay, 1 second.
How phenomenal was that show?
It changed my mind to the point where I'm wearing a Kenny Omega shirt to the show today on purpose. You know when like people make a bet and they're like, "Oh, your team sucks, and if they win, I'm gonna wear the jersey of that team as embarrassment." This is pride and embarrassment all together because I was hating on AEW for a long time, but of course my man Kenny Omega had the best, one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Might be match of the year in my opinion. Now that I'm thinking about it more and more. About 35 false finishes. It was a great time, great show. He made me come over because it was his birthday last week. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, bro. How old are you now?
39.
39!
Yeah.
He's about to exit the dirty 30. About to be in the 40s.
The sorry 40s.
The sorry 40s. Hey, sorry, bro. That's when you're hitting your peak, bro. You're hitting your peak.
Sure.
Hitting your peak. But we're all jacked up about that, which is fun. But he made me come over and it was fun. But guess what? It's Wednesday.
Phenomenal show.
It was phenomenal.
If you're gonna check out 2 matches, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks, that was match of the night.
Bucks of Youth. Yep.
And then number 2, Orange Cassidy versus Pac.
It was freshly squeezed, man.
Oh my gosh, it was freshly squeezed, no pulp.
No pulp whatsoever.
So good. Anyway,
speaking of pulp, must suck to be a Bernie bro right now, bro.
Ooh. Although in terms of delegates, he's only like 50 behind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, how many more? What do we got left? We got Florida. What does he have?
I honestly don't care.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But we can.
Let's pull it up, bro.
Let's pull it up.
What do we got left? I know Florida's coming up.
States.
Bernie was feeling the burn in California, man. He won he won California. I saw that on Super Tuesday, not Super Thursday, like Joe Biden told us.
He's so great.
So it's amazing to me that every pundit had Biden dead to rights, a week ago? He wins South Carolina, and then magically he is all over, dominating the world. So what has he got left here?
So Connecticut and Delaware.
Ooh, big ones.
Yeah.
Big ones. Connecticut and Delaware.
Florida, Georgia.
Okay, those are pretty big.
Arizona.
Okay. What else has he got?
Hawaii,
Indiana?
Illinois.
Hawaii. Oh,
Idaho.
Man. I think Tulsi's waiting for Hawaii. What do you think?
Indiana's tomorrow.
All right.
So Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland.
Get excited, man.
Yeah, there's Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri.
Yeah. This looks like fun, man.
New Jersey, New Mexico, all the way in June. Jeez.
Okay.
New York's April 28th, so there's that.
When's the convention for the Democrats?
I don't know. Pennsylvania's still coming up.
Ooh, Puerto Rico, big delegate count there, right there.
Yeah.
There's Republicans in Puerto Rico? That's exciting, man. I like it.
Rhode Island? Ooh, Rhode Island. That's a big one.
That's a big grab. There's 2 delegates there, bro.
Yeah. South Dakota.
So needless to say, it's not over yet.
Yeah.
It ain't over.
It ain't over, but...
Yeah, man. But
we'll see.
I feel like the stupid's spreading, my friend. Like, I feel like it's spreading.
Either way, the fact that anybody's voting for either of them means that stupid is spreading.
It's spreading.
Because basically we're rallying... The Democratic Party is rallying in favor of a senile old man that believes that socialism light is the way.
Okay.
So that they can avoid rallying for a senile old man who thinks that socialism classic is the only way.
That's the best synopsis I've ever heard of what's happening. Do you want your socialism hard or light?
I prefer socialism dark.
Oh, please. Whoa, deep state alert. What's Deep State got to say?
Klobuchar, Buttigieg, and Bloomberg are all going according to plan. Sanders will be out soon.
Deep State. Namaste. Yeah, what is it? Deep State? Is that how you do it?
Well, you got to make the triangle.
It's the triangle. Sorry, Deep State. Sorry about that, man.
Illuminati triangle.
We still haven't figured out the Illuminati handshake, Deep State. Can you give us a tutorial on that, bro? Now, Deep State always talks to us on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. If you're missing out on Deep State or Dusty, make sure that you come over to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. I can't say his name normal anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's like locked in now.
Yeah.
It's locked in, which is crazy. But anyways, yeah, man, it's do you want your socialism light or hard? How do you like it, guys? Hey, girl, how you like your socialism? How you like that, man? Do you want light with the senile guy who doesn't understand where things are? Now, part of me as a wrestling fan thinks this is a work. I feel like Biden being this senile is a work. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking that he's playing dumb until right when the first debate happens, and then he flips it around and he's like, I'm articulate and ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, you think that's the case? I mean,
well, because I don't see why you would put yourself in jeopardy. Like, what does that really get him?
Yeah.
What's up, Wampum?
Stocking Kleenex is paying off. Amen, brother. Good thing you invested early, man. Wampum, what's up, brother? But yeah, I mean, like, that. The funny thing to me is, like, how can you be that senile, see yourself be that senile on TV, and have the tenacity to say, you know what, I'm fit to run for president in the United States. Like, those are the things that you do when Grandpa gets too old and you got to start taking the keys away from him because he's going to be a danger to everybody he drives around. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm confused and lost why in the world we're still okay with Biden And the best part is, in Deep State's point, it is amazing how much the swamp has coalesced around this guy so quickly. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, the moment that they smelled blood and realized, oh crap, the socialist hard, the other old white guy, the other old white guy, you know what I mean? It possibly could win this thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody dropped out of significance to really bolster good old Biden. You know
I mean, ultimately, people still have to put the votes in.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I mean, granted, there's always voter fraud.
What?
But,
never.
Good old-fashioned voter fraud.
Never.
But,
for
the most part... What's that?
My great-grandpa voted last year.
Oh, yeah?
He's been dead for many years, but yeah, keep going.
That's good. I mean, hey, man, gotta get out the vote.
I know, man. It's crazy.
But, ultimately, people still have to vote for the guy. But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty, like, just glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
When, before even Super Tuesday happens, 3 people bow out of the race and immediately put their support on.
Yeah, they're going hard.
On the same guy.
They're going hard waiting for Super Tuesday, bow out right before Super Tuesday and say, hey, vote for Bernie or for Biden. Sorry, I just pulled a Biden. Like, think about it. Nothing to see here, guys. Right, Deep State?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to see here.
Nope.
And you know what pissed me off about the whole thing, too, was this. A week before that, good old Biden destroys Bernie in South Carolina. One of the first people to congratulate him was Lindsey Graham. Remember when Lindsey Graham said he was going to investigate, Burisma and investigate the Bidens? Remember he said that boldly and toughly on Fox News? I'm going to come after him because I'm Lindsey Graham and I'm tough. How's that investigation going, man?
Yeah.
How's that going? Lindsey Graham is the biggest blowhard I've ever heard in my entire life, and I'm losing more and more faith in him. He had his one moment where he actually stood up for Kavanaugh, because it was let's get real, it was a safe stance to have, okay? They had nothing on Kavanaugh. There's nobody coming into the woodworks to really say that Kavanaugh did anything wrong, but, he had his moment where he said this is bullcrap and blah, blah, blah. Kudos.
Yep.
Kudos. But ever since then, he's talked this tough game like he's going to do some things to the Democrats. And he has done, I think, the numeric value is dick. He hasn't done anything.
Term limits.
Thank you. And this is what I'm getting at. Like, Graham is your typical rhino. He is your John McCain. He is your freaking what's that jackhole out there in Utah? What's his name? The
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney. Yeah, I gotcha. The Mormon that has really deep faith in heresy. But at the end of the day, like, this is what. This is what people have fundamentally rejected in the Republican Party. This is why the Republican Party got smashed for so many years, was because of stupidity like this. And you got Lindsey Graham saying, "Good job, buddy! No deep state here!" Oh, Fox News, I'm going to really get you. I'm going to investigate Burisma and blah, 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 blah. Twitter, good job, buddy! Like, it's so ridiculous, and you're playing to your audience, but whatever. But yeah, magically Biden comes out of the woodworks, and he coalesces around the South. He gets the black vote, and that's literally his stats. He gets the black vote. He's playing the Obama card, even though Obama still hasn't endorsed him.
I saw a tweet of this woman saying that she was just so happy that Biden... This is why I support Biden. Because black Americans, who are the heart and soul of the Democratic Party, came out in force and voted for him. And on Super Tuesday. And I was like, the heart and soul of the Democratic Party? What are you talking about?
It's a great question.
To me, I responded to, it was somebody retweeting that, and I responded, It was Nick Searcy, actually.
Okay.
And I responded to his retweet of it with heart and soul, more like the chained feet of the Democratic Party.
April 10th.
Only got 2 likes.
Huh?
Only got 2 likes.
Only 2 likes?
I pre-ordered it on my birthday.
Shut up, dude.
Yep.
You a-hole.
Pre-ordered it.
Bro, listen, you and your high mighty having a house and you can do that stuff. That pisses me off, man.
The house is one reason why I probably shouldn't have. But I had some Christmas and birthday money there.
Hey, baby, I'm going over to Matt's house again. Yeah, I swear I'm not cheating on you. I'm just going to Matt's. We're playing Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Tifa!
Yeah, I'm a nerd. Twitch, TikTok. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Get over it, man. But no, yeah, to the point over here, my boy Texas Metalhead. The Blexit's real, man, and I think what people don't understand is this. From just translating Super Tuesday, Bernie has zero minority support. Do you know why he doesn't have zero minority support? Let's count the ways. One, you're not going to get Hispanics because you advocate for Fidel Castro and the good things going on in Venezuela. Like, you're not going to get Hispanic votes, so you're out there. What have you done in 50 years of service? How long has he been in Senate? How long has he been in government? He hasn't had a real job.
30 to 40 years.
Yeah, he's never had a real job, by the way. He even got kicked out of, like, a commune or some crap like that because he didn't work, okay? Mm-hmm. What has he done for minorities? And this is why Brexit's happening, because I think enough people are waking up.
Are there minorities in Vermont?
Probably not. Probably not, okay?
Yeah.
Probably a nice place. I mean, I've driven through Vermont once.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
It's pretty.
The left takes all the most beautiful places.
They do.
And turns them into hellholes.
The Bay Area.
And then we are left with, the rest, and we make them, at least politically, wonderful places to live.
You know what pisses me off is San Francisco used to be one of my favorite places in the world, and I can't take my wife there anymore because it's a crap hole. And my friends that live there literally like, don't come here.
Yeah.
It sucks. So,
I mean, the rampant homelessness.
Yeah.
And like people who like, and it's not just people who want they just want a fair shake, and if I could just get a chance, I could get my life back together.
Sure.
They're like, no, I don't want your hand. I don't want your help. I'm cool. I'm here. I'm addicted to drugs, and I get free needles.
And I get to poop on the streets.
Life is good.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm crazy, obviously.
Well, the funny thing to me is, if you're that obsessed about empowering your life or getting back on your feet, and I'm not saying that this is all people, but guess what? Like, you would do something about it. You would. And I think, 75% of homeless are men. And a lot of them have mental issues and so on and so forth.
For sure, that's true.
Don't get me wrong, but
or addictions.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but here's the problem. All of these lefties are controlling hellholes in America. And they're the ones that are trying to tell you in flyover country, middle America, how to run your life. And one of the guys is Bernie, who's extreme socialism, and then you've got socialism light with good old Joe Biden. One time I knew a guy named Skipper, and he stroked my leg hairs. Oh, wait, was that a little girl? I don't know what's going on. How you doing? Like that, with all the gaffes and the lunacy and the clear dementia this guy has, you've coalesced around this guy. And I said this last week, but it's like from The Boys, the vice president from The Boys that becomes the president. They assassinate the president, so the VP would become. But what nobody realizes is the VP is a complete moron, literally a moron in the sense of a moron, and he just does whatever the syndicate business tells them to do. Mm. This is the exact same thing that's happening with Biden, literally the same thing. Pete Buttigieg drops out because he knows he has a position in the Biden blah 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 blah. Bloomberg probably is not going to take a position or whatever, but let's get real. All the controllers are moving the needle in the direction of a guy who cannot tell you what day it is, where he is, and can't tell the difference between his sister and his wife. But this is the guy you want running the free world, negotiating with China, negotiating with, the Taliban. that evaporated really quickly. Shocker. We're terrorists terrorize. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
One day after Trump gets a ceasefire order, we have to do a defensive strike because the Taliban were coming to attack immediately.
Man, what fools.
Shocker!
And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about
the
them.
Taliban. Shocker. All you got to do if you're the Taliban is chill for 14 months and America's gone. And you can do whatever you want to. You can destroy...
Here's what we'll do. We'll sign their thing, and then they'll put their guard down. And then we'll attack and get wrecked.
Listen, Muhammad, we will do what the Quran has told us to do in do the taqiyya, and we will taqiyya them and say that we will cease fire, and then the moment it's signed, we will attack again. Like, think about this. But, here's the thing. Sorry, this is a tangent, but, I didn't say a whole lot about, even on TikTok, I didn't say a whole lot about when Trump signed, or, when we signed a treaty with the Taliban, because it is negotiating with terrorists, blah, blah, blah. But this is why we don't mess with Hezbollah. This is why we don't mess with organizations like this. I feel terrible for the people that are getting attacked in those countries, but when the people don't rise up, if they don't rise up against these jackasses, this is what is going to happen.
One of the reasons why America works is because we fought off tyrants, and not with this generation. Not this generation. No, they wouldn't know what to do.
Well, this generation doesn't know how to stop. When said, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, sticks and they've never seen a stick or a stone.
No.
Come at them, and so words now break their bones.
Well, if you can stop people with the force. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because these same type of people, and I'm not trying to categorize people, but radical Islamic terrorist types, that have flooded into places like Scandinavia, who've drastically increased the rape culture that's going on in those countries. This is the response that they have for this.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
What is that?
This is the problem. This is the problem. The stupid is spreading faster than coronavirus. It's spreading here in America with these stupid socialists on the Democratic Party, and then we try to deal with terrorists who's in their charter, in the book of the Quran, look up what taqiyya means. They will say whatever they have to the infidel to destroy them. One day after the treaty signing, they blow stuff up. And then they're like, oh, we're refugees from these countries. We need to go to Finland and we're going to rape all your women. And the response of the Finnish government is to spend $2.7 million making what you just saw. $2.7 million to make that TikTok.
The city of Ulla in Finland.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Because that's going to stop rape. Because a treaty is going to stop terrorists. Because socialism works, right? Because handing the country to a dementia senile guy makes sense, right? Handing the economy, the most booming economy in the history of the world, to an old guy who's never worked a day in his life makes complete sense. Mm-hmm. The stupid is spreading. I wish I had the Dave Ramsey. Stupid! Stupid! Dusty!
How dare you!
The no-no square is respected by all cultures.
Deep state. If you're on TikTok right now, you're missing gold. Go to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Head over right now. That's twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. You get the full show, which is a lot of fun, and be able to jump in here and hang out with the deep state with Dusty and good old Wampum Biscuit. You know what I mean? So, but this is what amazes me. Go ahead.
Wampum Biscuit
What's Wampum
says he got an email from the school about his 9-year-old. And they want to start rewarding him for doing what normal kids do so he stays interested in school because he can't focus. And then he says he remembers what it was like when he was a child and you would act up in school or at home.
Did you get your ass spanked?
They want him to be... yeah, basically. They want your boy to be a
chick.
girl.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir, Wampum. Your boy is acting like a boy in public school.
That's problematic.
That's going to be very problematic. We're not into boys acting like boys in school. We need to...
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
That's happening all day. Just so you know.
All day. This is our response to the stupid. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. $2.7 million.
$2.7 million, and they all can't do the dance the same way.
No.
I mean, come on.
Dusty, the power of the Force, I swear. For the love of God, no more. Dusty, hang in there. It's going to be a long one today, man. I showed that to Matt. He didn't even hesitate. It wasn't even planned on the show. Immediately implements it into our soundboard, like, without hesitation. But stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. The stupid is spreading around everywhere. Everywhere. No, on my TikTok I call it liberal logic, but this is the reality of the situation. This is what we're combating. This is why plausible foolishness exists. This is why there's such a surge of conservatism all over the country of the United States, because we see the stupid all over the world. We're seeing what Finland's doing to combat jihadist Muslim guys that came across the border. They just, because there's a million problems here. One, we just open the borders to let random people in. And if we don't, we're racist. Give me a break. Then we let those guys bring their culture here, which is denigrative to women.
But meanwhile, back to the border.
Yeah.
Trump isn't doing enough to stop the spread of the coronavirus because he's a Republican.
Yes.
And so he's bad like Bush was bad.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren called it a racist wall. The racist wall.
The racist wall.
That probably could help stop the coronavirus. But, whatever. Liberal logic. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Blows me away. So we tear down the borders, let whoever come in here, and then they bring their culture with them, because they're not going to assimilate, because it's told that it's racist to have them assimilate to Western culture. They rape your women, and then you wonder why, and your response is, stop, don't touch me there, this is my no-no square, while simultaneously, across the pond in the United States, we have a 7,000-year-old socialist telling us how evil, racist, and terrible we are here in America, and that we should pattern ourselves after those Scandinavian countries. Hit it.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Does anybody else see the stupid? Am I taking crazy pills or something, man? And then the other option for the same party is a guy with dementia who doesn't even know what the frick's going on, who's going to give you light socialism and accept this crap. Mm-hmm. And it blows me away.
Yeah. I mean, and we say light socialism, but he's saying all the same crap that Bernie Sanders is saying. Yeah. He's for Medicare for all, right?
Yep.
He's for open borders,
yep.
Right? He's for giving healthcare to illegal immigrants and all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, just ask any of these questions. Just watch any of the debates, and they'll ask these mega socialist questions, and all of them raise their hands.
They all agree. Klobuchar is the only one, right?
Klobuchar, and I guess Bloomberg would have said no to a couple things.
Oh yeah, Bloomberg.
Because at least he started a business.
Speaking of Bloomberg, how much did he spend?
Oh,
on his campaign,
$500 million.
Oh, $500 million. So he's clearly the front runner right now, right?
No, he dropped out today.
Yeah. Oh, he dropped out today.
Sorry, I had to process your question.
Sorry.
It was so insane.
So he spent $500 million to win 4 delegates in American Samoa. And here's the funniest thing about that whole situation. He didn't even win all of the delegates in American Samoa. Tulsi Gabbard got one of them. He spent $500 million to get wrecked. What's more ridiculous? Bloomberg spending $500 million for 4 delegates, or Oulu or whatever the frick city in Finland spending $2.7 million on a TikTok? Answer in the comments below. Which one's worse? Which one is more stupid? Which one's more ridiculous? I'm curious. I want to know what level of stupid you think's going on around here. We need a Dave Ramsey saying stupid. We need that bad.
Yeah, we need.
I can't do it. I can't pull it off like him. He pulls it off on another level of whatever. But it is what it is. There are no more YouTube ads. That's the positive thing.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I literally heard a Bloomberg ad at 8:45, and by 9 o'clock, it dropped out. I was laughing. I was like, "Wait a minute, What?
YouTube's like, he's probably gonna drop out. We need to.
We gotta get these out, get this money.
Yep.
Before it's all over." But this is the level of stupid. This is the world we're in. And then the funniest thing to me is, conservatives are looked at as the dumb ones. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We're looked at as the dumb ones. Because God forbid we want a border wall to secure our country. Just like we have fences around our homes and locks on our doors. Because we don't want crazy rape gangs to come in and take our kids. Gosh forbid. We're the crazy ones that can preserve capitalism and preserve our way of living in the United States of America, not radically, fundamentally change it to socialist light or socialist hard. We're the crazy ones for wanting to empower our citizens, our women, to carry weapons so that if any jackass decides to try to put a move on them, that they don't no square them, that they put a bullet in. We're the crazy ones for wanting to put a successful businessman in the White House who's proven over the last 3 years he's done a great job versus the dementia jackass and the socialist jackass. Sorry, I keep saying jackass today. Okay? It's a word of the day. But we're stupid.
Yeah. I was
talking
to my wife and she was saying something about all the leftist friends that she has on Facebook and stuff, and how they're, just their mentality, and basically it boils down to this: leftists, the Democratic Party, don't care about freedom. We know this.
Yes, they don't care.
They want to force you to live life because they know better.
Of course.
To live life the way they want you to because they know better.
Homelessness.
And we're crazy for wanting to give people their freedom.
Yes.
To live how they want, We're crazy. But also to not, inflict themselves on us through force.
Yeah.
How is that insanity? How?
Because we live in idiocracy. We live in the movie Idiocracy. We live in it. And if we don't stop it, this is what's going to happen. Deep State has an update.
Bloomberg's infrastructure will lock in Biden's path to the presidency. Trump is Doomberg.
Deep State, I see you, man. I see what you're trying to play. Doomberged. But this is what's amazing. And the funniest thing to me is the absolute confidence and arrogance these people have in these failed ideas that have failed for hundreds of years, failed in the past.
Yeah.
And
we're crazy for looking at history. For looking at history and seeing what has happened in the past when tyrants do their thing.
Yeah.
The poverty and the oppression and the deaths. We're crazy for looking at that and saying, nope, I don't want that.
Yeah. So I got Michael Moon on TikTok. He says that they always tout that liberals are more educated, but is it really education or is it indoctrination?
Well, to quote,
what is it?
I believe G.K. Chesterton,
okay.
They're educated into imbecility.
Yeah. They're so smart they know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no common sense. And I was talking about this on the live stream I was doing with TikTok earlier. I was like, it amazes me. Like, because guess who the Bernie supporters were? If you took a look at the polls, guess who's supporting Bernie? White 18 to 24-year-old kids. It's half and half with the Gen Xers. once you get towards the later part of Gen Xers and baby boomers, there's absolutely zero support. There's zero support for Bernie. So you've got the 80-year-old guy crying out to these kids that socialism rocks. But here's the problem. The moment that these 18 to 24-year-olds actually get into the real world and actually have to work, magically it's going to change. And I'm there. I'm pointing the finger at myself, literally. I was a hardcore lefty. When I married my wife, I used to get so pissed that she had a George Bush life-size poster board, okay? Now, I'm still pissed because George Bush is a globalist bastard, okay? Period. That has not changed. But the idea that was planted in my mind was, Republican bad, they only care about rich people. As I watched the Democrats only care about rich people and move to a different direction. Then I'm like, wow, that sucks. Then I ran my own business. Then I realized how much the federal government takes out of my money. And I'm the freaking job creator. And then I started listening to that guy named Neil Bortz. That a-hole. And he was telling me how stupid my ideas were. How stupid they were. And I got so pissed off. I was like, screw you, Bortz. I'm going to come back with a really smart quip. And then guess what? I realized I couldn't refute any of his points. Because I actually shared the same values he did. I just didn't like hearing it because it was coming from a Republican white guy. And then I realized quickly, wow, I'm the racist. Wow, I'm the imbecile. Wow, I have no connection to common sense. And this is coming from the guy with a master's degree. I posted that on my TikTok. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's funny. This guy's like, I wish you were educated. So I screenshotted the picture.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I just put my degrees and went across, and I was like... And he's the same guy that he's like, I wish you would travel more so you'd have a bigger perspective on life. And I'm like, I just started posting, like, the last 3 years of my travel. And I'm like, oh, geez, I've been all over the world. That's weird. So, I have all the credentials you lefties are looking for. I've been around the world. Nah. Sorry, I didn't mean to sing the song. I've got the edumacation. And I'm still a conservative. And by golly, I'm black, too.
Oh, my God.
What? It's because the reality is not comparting with the indoctrination that is happening on the left.
Yeah.
Period.
No, I mean, it's a full rejection of reality.
100%.
I mean, that's the postmodern ethic. There is no... We cannot reach truth. So there is no absolute truth.
I feel you, Wampum. I'm not going to say it on the show, but I feel you, bro. I feel you, dog. I feel you, dog. Dude, look, Wampum, I could literally talk about that for days. But anyways, we won't discuss it on the show. We'll lose too many of our viewers, you know what I mean? Listen, we're afraid. I'm afraid of being outed. I'm the foolishness of the show. He's the plausible, so that's all good. Wampum,
anyway.
Wampum, I'm always like...
You're still welcome here.
Nessa! Sorry, keep going. Sorry, go. Keep going.
I don't know what I'm...
Wampum, you took us off the track, bro.
Yep.
You took him from here to here, bro. You took him from here to here. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Go, fire.
Whatever. I don't remember what I was gonna say, so it's all good.
The left's stupid.
Yes.
It's so dumb. What was some of the articles that you came up with? You saw some good articles, man. What's all good?
Oh, well, Chuck Schumer threatened Kavanaugh and Gorsuch.
What?
I don't know if it was today or yesterday.
Wait a minute. The majority leader threatened somebody?
No. The minority leader.
Oh, the minority leader in the Senate.
Yeah, threatened two Supreme Court justices.
So the guy with no power whatsoever that just got wrecked on Kavanaugh, on the Mueller report, and on impeachment is threatening. With what exactly?
With words.
Oh,
yeah,
do you remember the meme from, I believe it's Lord of the Rings? You have no power here.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I thought of when you talked to me about this story.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Well, apparently he's getting a lot of backlash. Apparently a senator is bringing a motion to censure him. And another Democrat suggests he step down.
Oh, wow. Weird. Are they feeling the heat?
Trump calls for serious action to be taken against Schumer for threatening justices.
Wow.
Justice Roberts blasted Schumer for threatening Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, and then he called him unethical or something like that. Schumer responded and calling him unethical.
So we're threatening the highest court in the land now.
Yeah, and this is all over abortion because apparently they're hearing... I mean, he basically he believes that we should be murdering babies.
Okay.
And he threatens to Supreme Court justices because they might not share his opinion.
Okay, so we're threatening judges. So we're Hillary Clinton or trying to threaten suiciding themselves.
That would have been the perfect segue.
Which one?
Well, so this is a quote. Republican legislatures are waging a war on women. And I know the perfect thing to combat that.
Well,
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Go full this time.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
that's all he had to do. All he had to do to
Yeah.
keep murdering babies, to keep aborting babies.
To stop the war on women.
To stop the war on women was stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Mm-hmm. That's all he had to do. Stupid. Sorry, man.
So then he says,
Gosh.
I want to, and they're, okay, so Republican legislatures are waging a war on women, all women, and they're taking away fundamental rights to murder children. He doesn't say that, but fundamental rights. I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price. You won't know what hits you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
You know what that whole sentence sounded like? Prepare for trouble and make that double. Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light. Prepare now to fight, fight, fight. That's literally what that sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Team Rocket. See, I just nerded out twice on this show. Twitch, you should love me. TikTok, you should love me, man. Team Rocket blasted off the speed of light, yay! And they wasn't the worst Pokemons, too. They're the worst ones. Arbok,
Unless, well...
Weezing, get them.
They weren't the worst. Only when they were doing bad things. When they actually ended up having to fight for something good, they were excellent.
Oh yeah.
They kicked butt.
Dude, Meowth, that's right. Schumer is the equivalent of Team Rocket.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This is for the youngins that don't understand politics. Chuck Schumer is literally the equivalent of Team Rocket. We need to make that meme too.
Yes.
Team. We should have. No, that's perfect. Nancy as the chick, and Schumer as the dude. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Who would be Meowth? Michael Bloomberg?
Yeah, probably.
Meowth, that's right. Gosh. So you're threatening judges. Because here's the thing. The fundamental
Or it could
concept.
be like Lena Dunham or something like
Oh, that would be great. Dude, don't steal our memes. Deep State, don't steal our memes. Yeah. Okay, we're coming up with... We're brainstorming. We're brainstorming on the show as we're rolling with this, okay? We have no show notes, okay? We have none. We have construction parts. That's what we've got here, man. That's what we got. Oh, that's a good meme. I don't want to... We got to do that immediately after the show. That's good. But anyways, long story short, you're threatening judges. What's the judge's primary job? To uphold the law. What's the law designed to do? Protect the citizens of the United States of America. That means protecting our lives. So you're threatening judges to usurp that thought process of defending the law that defends life because you want to murder babies. Under the guise of women's rights issues, even though you're killing 51% of those babies are women. Team Rocket, prepare to fight! Liberal logic? Like, think about that. You're threatening people who are trying to defend lives. That is literally what it's boiling down to. And you are shocked. You are shocked why there is a resurgence, such a rejection of this stupidity. We're so worried about the slavery of 1867. Why don't we talk about the real slavery that's happening in 2020 abroad with good old Nike and enslaving Muslims to make your sneakers. Swoosh! Just do it. And the murderous amount of kids that are dying every day. 3,000 kids. 3,000 kids went to their maker today. Because mommy didn't want them. Because someone had put in mommy's mind that that's a woman's right issue. And it wasn't because of rape or incest. That's 1%. 1%. And you're looking at a guy who's the product of a rape. So, spare me if that's your excuse for abortion. Okay? Spare me. Because I'll say this very definitively. If my mom had zero soul and didn't have the love of Christ or the intelligence to have me, I'm sure my wife is excited that I'm here. I'm sure my daughters, all 3 of them, are excited that I'm here. I'm sure the people that I've employed is excited that I'm here. I'm sure you rubes out there watching on Plausible Foolishness are excited that I'm here. I'm assuming the 31,000 people who follow my jabroni butt on freaking TikTok excited I'm here. So spare me with the 1% argument to justify 90% of your murders, which all of these are murders. All of them are. Stop, Chuck Schumer. Stop. Your Moloch worship is astounding. It's astounding to me. Sorry, I go on a rant there. I get triggered, bro.
It's something worth being triggered about.
They're turning the frogs gay!
Is it triggered if it's something actually worthwhile?
Yes.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
I just need some Alex.
Do you understand that?
Every time. Every time.
This is the way.
This is the way. And you're right. It is less than 1%, which blows me away. Biden is Meowth. That would be good.
Yeah.
But Meowth's kind of smart, so wouldn't it be Bernie? Wouldn't it be Bernie?
I don't know.
Oh, my. Yeah, it's crazy.
Lena Dunham's funny, but not relevant enough.
Yeah, what's a funny liberal, though? Is there a funny liberal right now?
But, like, right now, I mean, Bernie and Biden aren't really about abortion, though they are, obviously, but it's not like they're not, like, tied into this thing. So.
True. But all the lefties are they're all into murdering babies.
Sure.
Even Tulsi.
For sure.
Like, I would like you, Tulsi, but you love Moloch more than you love people. That's okay. You can do that. I just won't support you. And I pray that you come to know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and turn from that wickedness. I pray that happens. I hope it does. I would love to see Tulsi Gabbard in heaven. I would.
For sure.
Hell, I'd like to even see Bernie there. But, shocker, he's a Jewish atheist. Weird. Yeah, we want to turn over the country to atheists. But, it is what it is, man.
Well, they're the only ones who,
Sell their
believe in reality.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
Because science.
Science
and postmodernism where nothing is true.
Sure. Science, the observation of nature created by God, by the minds created by God, by the thoughts guided by God. Shocker! But anyways, moving on. There's some stupid going on around here. Yeah?
Let's see, what other
my electric Tourette's.
What other thing can we... Oh, here's a lovely little...
Oh my gosh.
Thing.
Screw you, Spike Lee.
If you've seen... I'm sure you've seen the picture of President Trump in the White House, and there's a bunch of black thought leaders.
Oh, weird.
Who have been invited to the Oval Office to speak with Trump, and then they're standing around him and they're praying for him, and it's like, oh, it's awesome,
Gosh,
if you have any sense in your head. Well, or if you're Spike Lee, you have this to say.
Oh, Spike, he's so deep.
Massa, we love you, Massa. We gonna pray for you, Massa. Singing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot."
Well, first of all, Spike Lee, let's not get this twisted. Number one, you don't follow Christ at all, so please, by all means, stop and just stay away from any hymnals that refer to the Lord. Number two, Spike Lee, it is amazing to me the cognitive dissonance of people with your stance. Some might call it stupid. Some people might call it liberal logic. Who were the plantation owners?
Democrats.
Who was the KKK?
Democrats.
Who was the first legal slave owner in the United States of America? A black man. That's weird. So this interesting dichotomy, this wizardry that they've tried to pull. Sorry, hit it, bro.
How dare you!
How dare you with your facts and your knowledge? Here's the problem that is always missing in this situation that blows me away. if Democrats were the ones that perpetrated most of slavery, Democrats were the ones that opposed slavery, how in 2020 are we equating Donald Trump with that party, with that ideology, or with that reality? You have to be either willfully ignorant or willfully lying. There is no in between.
And what has Trump done to get that kind of what has he done to the black community?
Yes.
To engender that kind of label.
Yeah.
That kind of vitriol.
No, I know what it is. I know
Massa?
I know what it is. I know what he did.
What did he do?
He won an NAACP award.
Well, that was before we knew that he was, he had an R next to his
Okay,
name.
gotcha. Sorry, so after the R. Okay, so he was so racist that he lowered the unemployment rate with blacks as best it's ever been in the history of the United States. What a racist.
Okay, but what did he do about black-owned businesses?
He was so racist that he helped increase those at a record number. What a racist.
Gosh.
He was so racist. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? This is what's crazy to me. Blows my mind. He did this thing called the First Step Act because he saw that it was ridiculous how many incarcerations were happening for nonviolent offenders. So what an a-hole, because we know that everybody in jail is white, right? Everybody in jail is white? Oh, wait.
No.
Not at all. So he's actually helping tons of people out of situations and sentences that probably are a little... He's so racist.
Way severe.
Way severe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so racist that he hired Ben Carson. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That is ridiculous, man. He's such a racist.
Gosh. Well,
I mean,
I guess Spike Lee was right.
And he reaches out to the black community like no other Republican's ever done before. What a racist. Can you believe that? What a freaking racist. Unbelievable. But yeah, he's the massa of the plantation.
The massa. And these are the ignorant slave fools, ignorant fool slaves who grovel at his feet.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that narrative.
Man, this guy's this enrages me. It really does.
Oh yeah,
because what an arrogant piece of trash this guy.
Yeah,
arrogant.
Yeah,
when he's the. I mean, by all accounts, he's the one licking Massa's feet.
100%.
Tell me the democratically run city that is doing well. Where is it? Where is it?
Help us out. If you're on TikTok or on Twitch, the democratically
Tell
run
me
city
about
that's
life
helping.
for a black person in Chicago, in
Baltimore.
New York, in all of California.
Baltimore.
What's life like for them? Is it good? Is it good? How long has the Democratic Party been in control there? Decades.
Weird.
Multiple decades. Like 5 of them. Or more. But these guys who are praying for a man who implemented policies with his administration and with a Republican-controlled Congress. Yeah, Detroit, you're right, Dusty. This man who implemented policies that have actually changed the situation for African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call them, in the country, these are the ignorant fools. And he's the massa. And they're just licking his boot.
Amazing. I wonder if he had those same thoughts when he was taking a picture with him and Melania back in the day.
Yeah.
I wonder if he thought the same thing.
Well, he didn't know that he had an R next to his name.
Oh, but the moment
the
he had
R
R
stands for racist.
I thought it stood for Republican.
Well, it does, but the two are just synonymous.
They're just synonymous.
How dare you!
Yeah, I lost some brain cells on that one. So here's the problem. It amazes me that these celebrities, especially of the African American descent, have tried their best to whip up the vote or the hysteria or the whatever you want to call it against a guy who's been nothing but good to the black community. Amazes me. Mm-hmm. And if you do, you're an Uncle Tom. We've talked about that before. I talk about it on TikTok all the time because I'm the most hated Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom on good old TikTok. You know what I mean? And I just always ask a very simple question. Can you please name the one policy that Trump's implemented that has detrimentally oppressed African Americans in America? And you know what the number one response is, my friend?
What's that?
Crickets. They magically just go away because he can't really answer the question.
Yeah, and it's not like he even said anything.
No!
At least if you're talking about women, which is also ludicrous.
Whammon.
Yeah, whammon. They can at least say, the whole grab him by the P word line, which ultimately he said he could. Didn't say he did. And we all know that there are gold digging hoes out there.
No, there's not.
There are gold digging hoes.
No.
Gold digging hoes out there.
Believe all women. Women are perfect.
Anything.
They do nothing wrong.
To hook their wagon to any celebrity they can get their hands on.
Excuse me. Me too. Okay? Chill out here.
I'm not saying that it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
To take advantage of their insanity.
Yeah.
But it's not, I mean...
Yeah.
We know it's true that he could have.
Yeah. Yep.
Easily.
He's
a freaking billionaire, and he's on all over TV.
Yeah, but bro, you don't
100% he could have done that.
He's perpetuating the institutional racism and misogyny in America. Okay, name one. Go.
Yeah. What institution is that? Aside from the Democratic Party?
I just have a simple question. What can blacks not do in America? What can women not do in America? Oh, wait. Anybody? Anybody? Crickets? No? Anybody? I can tell you what men can't do when when a divorce happens. They usually don't win the custody battle. I can tell you that most men die on die in workplaces. They're like 98% of whatever
of workplace deaths.
It's weird, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about real stats.
80% of suicides.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about that stuff. But you'd be a red-pilled evil conservative. But yeah, anyways, we won't talk about that, man. But anyways, Orange Man bad, socialism good. Stop! Don't touch me here. This is my no-no square. What other stupid things have we heard? Oh yeah, Super Thursday, and this is my wife or my sister. Oh wait, I don't know which one. Where are we at? Vermont. What a great state. Oh, I'm in New Hampshire. I mean, this is the, and you wonder why Brexit's happening. You wonder why Trump is happening. Because here's the funny thing: the best point that was made. I was watching. I was actually watching Daily Wire live last night. Okay, I was watching it. They were doing the live coverage of Super Tuesday, and I'm not a huge Daily Wire guy. Okay, I've said it and stated on the show many times. I'm not a big Ben Shapiro fan. And of course Ben's doing his typical gloom and doom. And Trump's in trouble. If Biden wins, he's in trouble. And the old wise sage Klavan made a very simple statement to Ben after he tried to double down on this point. He said, "You know what's funny, Ben, is in 2020 or in 2016, only 2 of us in this room, and there were 5 people, voted for Donald Trump. In 2020, how many people in this room are going to vote for Donald Trump?" Well, I mean, Trump's in trouble. Think about this.
Was
Ben.
he really saying that?
Yes, he was.
Why? I don't know.
Because Ben Shapiro... Listen. I love you guys. I love you on TikTok. Listen, Ben gets a lot of things right. He does. I'm not hating. But I'm hating. Okay? He really wants to be on CNN. When Daily Wire implodes eventually, he really wants to be on CNN. And he really wants to make nice for all these guys. He wants to be the conservative voice of dissent. And I'm just going to talk really fast and nobody's going to hear me. Here's the problem. Klavan said it so eloquently. It was so... Because, Ben talks a million miles an hour, and you know how Klavan is. Klavan's like, anyways, as I smoke on my Regal cigar, there were 5 people in this room. Only 2 of them voted for Trump in 2016. In 2020, how many people in this room will vote for Donald Trump? And now, that's a microcosm. That is a small sample size.
Okay.
But those are
there's only 2 people in this room, and only one of us
voted for Trump.
How many are voting in 2020? I am.
And I am too. We're on the Trump train, yeah.
I mean, that's true for a significant amount of people, I think.
Wait, but Ben Shapiro lives in L.A., and L.A.'s the world, and time out. I know your wife's a doctor. I get it. Your wife's a doctor. You're really smart, dude. But you don't have a connection to real America. As much as you try to, I love you, brother, but you don't have it.
Yeah.
Real Americans, like, no, I'm just being real. Real Americans, like you, were not a fan of Trump. You've seen 3 years of Trump now. What are you about to do?
Vote for Trump.
Here's the stat. Here's 100%. The stat line that Ben Shapiro is not seeing. Here's the stat line. Look at California voting. Combine all the Democrats voting in California. Contrast that with all the Republicans that voted in California. More people came out to vote for Trump running unopposed than all of the Democratic candidates combined in California. I'm going to put it up on Instagram at our Plausible Foolishness page. I forgot to do that before the show. More people in California came out for Trump for the primary than the people than blew California for the Democrats. Think about that. LA's the whole world, and you got to watch out for Biden. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to get complacent.
No, definitely not.
You don't want to get complacent.
And that might be some kind of, that might be a little bit of strategy on
it might be.
On that part.
But here's the problem. How many Trump voters are actually complacent? I think people are more fervently for Trump than they were in 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had to hide in the shadows to be a Trump supporter in 2016.
Yeah.
You busted my balls about it.
Well,
I mean, think about it.
It was because he was an unknown quantity.
See, my man?
Yeah.
So one muscle, like literally, when they were doing the live stream, Ben Shapiro's sitting there going, guys, you really got to watch Ben Shapiro and blah, blah. Ben, that's because your whole world is leftist. I get it. You live in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
what about real America?
He's great for breaking down their philosophy and ripping it apart.
Because he lives in it.
Yep, but he
doesn't live in real America, though.
Yeah, or he's trying to play a 4D chess for some stupid reason.
Listen, he's a smart guy, and I'm not dissing the Ben Shapiro. What up, Iron Man? How you doing? What up, bitches? What up? But I'm not. Listen again. I'm not dissing Shapiro or Daily Wire.
I'm not taking it personally either.
Yeah, I know. I'm just telling this to people like, oh my gosh, you said something negative about Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, no, for sure. It confounds me that he would actually think that, because it's like so painfully obvious.
But it's not confounding. If you live in Los Angeles and you really think Los Angeles is the world, because I've lived in LA, these people think the world is LA. Mm-hmm. They really think the entire world is LA. They have no concept of two jabronis in Orlando, Florida, doing a podcast about conservative thoughts. You're like, that exists? And the one's a Negro? Are you serious? Like that confounds people from Los Angeles because they don't have a concept of conservatism, of even moderatism. They don't have a concept of this.
Yeah.
What they think a Republican is...
they think they're moderates.
They do. They think they're moderate, and they think a Republican is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Spoiler alert, he's not. And screw you for canceling freaking the Arnold Classic. That pisses me off. I'll talk about that later on. Because of Corona. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike DeWine. Screw you. Anyways, but this is what blows me away. This is what blows me away about this whole thing. Is there are literally people that don't understand this concept. Like, I don't think people understand the landslide that's about to happen. Not because, and I don't think the complacency is going to set in, because in 2016, if you were a Trump supporter, you were the most hated person on the planet. I had one friend that was a lefty that actually sat down, got a beer with me, my buddy Joel, and said, Ray, you're a really smart, intelligent guy. Please explain to me how Trump happened. And I sat down and explained it to him. And he's like, you know what? That seems rational. That's because the mainstream media has zero grip on what's actually happening in the world. They have no concept of what real America's doing. And most people stayed at home in 2016. It wasn't a huge voter turnout. Now imagine, after the last 4 years of you trying to impeach the president, Mueller report him, Kavanaugh him, lie about him, coronavirus him, do all these stupid things, while simultaneously telling us how evil... and impeach him, how evil we are, how stupid we are. Do you think we're going to sit at home and possibly let Biden win? You're high. You think the Bernie bros are going to coalesce around Biden? Forget about it. You think real, moderate Democrats are going to vote for a socialist? Forget about it. There's a landslide coming, and it's not because it's going to be. There's not going to be complacency, because I'm more fired up now in 2020 than I was in 2016, and I was on the Trump train all day. So think about it, Daily Wire. If there's 5 of you in the room and only 2 of you voted for Trump, and now all 5 of you are voting, what do you think the rest of the real world is doing? Same thing we just talked about here. 2 guys here, 1 Trump vote. 2020, there's about to be 2. Gee, I wonder why. You think the Bernie bros are going to come out? They're going to stop smoking weed for 2 seconds at their college dorms to come vote? Give me a frickin' break. You're high. Literally. So, that's what I got about that. Sorry. This is the way. This is the way. Sorry, I get a little passionate, man. I get a little jacked up. But I'm really worried about Joe Biden. Of course you would, because you're from L.A. And you don't know anybody from the real world. Thank you, Kavanaugh. And there are no E's in Clavin. There are no E's in Clavin. Thank you. He's the only consistent one of them I actually listen to.
Yeah, he's great.
I'll listen to Knowles for a little bit, then I get annoyed. Then I listen to Matt Walsh for like 2 shows, then I get annoyed. I listen to Ben for I can only handle Ben for 6-minute clips at a time. Because if he goes too long, the problem is he talks so fast people don't catch his hypocrisy or his stupidity when it comes to certain topics. But, it is what it is. He's Ben Shapiro. He's Ben Shapiro. Makes sense. Hire me, CNN. But yeah, keep going.
I want to go back to one point. That one USMC vet guy.
Oh, wait, what? Is he on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness?
He is on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness, which is where you all should be.
Right now.
So you could get in on this conversation.
Listen, if you're at twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness, you gotta head over. If you're on TikTok, head over to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. My man Steele wants to do a bikini shot. Still,
yeah.
Listen, man, I've got the boobs. I'll admit it, but I'm not gonna fall for the TikTok pedophilia 16-year-old game. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Every time that somebody on TikTok does this thing, I want to murder myself.
But that's why we exist. We're truly raging against the machine.
I enjoy TikTok, but man, every time I see that, I'm like, well, but so
go ahead.
That one vet guy said, this is in response to the grab him by the P word.
Oh, grab him by the P.
I love how libs all turned into virgins when he said that.
Yeah,
that is such a great point.
So true.
Because I mean, just look at things like the slut walks.
Yeah. Yeah.
The slut walks. He didn't say that they didn't want him to grab them. And if they did, why? I mean, what's the problem there? That's consensual. The slut walks, porn is empowerment.
Yeah.
Sex positive nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's this is who they are.
Yeah.
But the pearl clutching as soon as as soon as they got something that they think will take him down.
These are the baby killers telling you this too, by the way. When Elizabeth Warren goes, "Oh, I can't believe you told your pregnant employees to go kill their baby." Wait a minute, what's wrong with that? You do it all the time. Religion. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. But this is the stupid that's spreading all over faster than the coronavirus. This is what's happening all the time. What's up?
He's oiling up for his bikini video right now.
He's got good videos, though. I will give him love, man. If you're on TikTok, follow this. It's Steelhead, right? Steelhead on TikTok? Make sure you follow, man. It's good stuff. But hey, here's the deal, man. We got to stop the stupid. That's why Plausible exists, man. So thank you so much for following us on... thanks for following us everywhere. On TikTok, 31,000 on the strong one, and we got our Plausible Foolishness page. If you're on TikTok, go to the Plausible Foolishness page and like that bad boy. Follow it, because my man, the mad scientist, Mad Matt's over there all day long. Twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Make sure you give us a follow over here. We're growing faster than the universe, and we're spreading faster than the coronavirus, which is always good. Support us on Patreon. Thank you so much, Dusty, and all of our Patreons. We appreciate you and all that fun stuff like that. But you want to give them 10 minutes and open it up, man? A little Q&A before we shut her down, man? What do you think?
Sure.
Let's give them some Q&A.
In response to Iron Man's...
Iron Man. This
oiling up.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no zone.
touch me there. This is my no square. Oh my gosh. Oh, Q&A, man. We got 10 minutes for Q&A. What
That's
questions?
never going away.
It has to stay forever. I
Yes.
want people to realize that is the crap that Bernie is advocating for. Bernie wants you to be Scandinavia. And that's their response to rape culture. Actual rape culture versus the supposed rape culture in America. That's another story for another time. But it is what it is. Q&A, boys and girls. What do you got, man? What is blowing you away? What is burning so deeply that you need to hear from the Plausible Foolishness crew here?
And it could be about anything.
Anything whatsoever. We'll
Pop
go with
culture.
anything. Pop culture.
Politics.
I exposed my nerd
Religion.
today. I totally exposed my nerd. You know what people were trying to get me to watch is that I'm pretty good at defense from here. That's what you get, Dusty, for calling out my manhood 3 weeks ago. Dusty!
You shouldn't be talking about his no square like that.
Don't talk about my no square, dang it. How woke for Bernie lovers is woke enough? That's a good question.
How woke for Bernie lovers is woke enough?
They
Well,
won't-
it's never enough.
It's never enough. Never
See,
enough.
there's no goal.
No. It always moves.
The goal is power, and power is an unquantifiable asset. So it never ends because they always have to have more power.
Yeah. I think here's my third nerd reference. It doesn't stop. Wokeness doesn't stop until you're assimilated like the Borg. Like that's the whole goal.
Yeah,
We're just assimilate
for sure.
to the Borg Queen,
Yeah.
which is Hillary, and I'm just kidding. Or whoever the globalist controller is, but that's where it stops. To the point where you turn your brain off because common sense has left your brain, and you only do what the state tells you to do.
Wokeness is completely contradictory on almost every level.
I got two good questions. One, what do you think about coronavirus? It's on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, head over to twitch.tv/plausibleFoolishness. But on TikTok, I got a good question from Yusuf Mamo8. What do you think about coronavirus being man-made? I think a lot of diseases are man-made, just to be honest with you. But I'm not going to give coronavirus more love than it actually is. I want to see how this goes before I start really commenting on it. But initial response to it, to be completely honest with you, it's a strand of the flu. And like a guy on TikTok literally told me, he's like, you got to think about it, man. Old people could get it and die. And immediately I thought, and I'm like not trying to be insensitive to the subject,
Sure.
but just a perspective thought here. Old people tend to die. And I'm not throwing them. I'm literally not throwing them. Fellow conservative Trekkie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Live long and prosper, brother. But anyways,
Have you been watching Picard?
I love that show.
I haven't watched it
I
yet,
won't
but I
spoil
have the
it.
first 3 episodes.
Bomb. It is the bomb. Anyways, no, but like honestly, like I'm not trying to be insensitive, but old people have lower immune systems. The influenza kills them. Flu kills them.
Yes.
This isn't new.
This isn't, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like get it.
It's
Come
not
on. Here's the next question that I thought was pretty good. Opinions on the new Taylor Swift song, "The Man." Have you heard about this one?
I was actually going to bring that up.
Oh,
Have
this
you
is
seen the
perfect for
video?
our show. It's stupid, but yeah, keep going.
Have you
Sorry.
seen the video?
Oh yeah, it's great.
How upsetting is it that the voice at the end is
It's The Rock. It's because here's the thing. You know what's
He
funny?
doesn't know. He's got daughters and he doesn't know.
No.
I think that's he doesn't have time to get into the deep philosophy
minutiae,
of this nonsense.
You had a friend Taylor that's like, "Hey, I need you to do a guy voice." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can do it."
We're just talking about okay, that seems like
Yeah.
okay, that seems yeah, I'll do that.
Listen, I'm not dissing The Rock because I've been pushing for The Rock's Athleticon that's going to be coming up in October in Atlanta. I'm trying to strong arm my wife into going because Arnold Classic got canceled, by the way, up in Columbus because of coronavirus. Did you hear about that? The Arnold Classic completely canceled.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
It's such bullcrap. But anyways, no.
Yeah, Camille Brookhouse was all upset because
Dude, it's bull crap.
Yeah.
It is like the mecca for all things fitness, and they just shut it down. You know, so I guess everybody's going to Athleticon in October. So see you guys there. But what I would say is this: the funny thing to me is the dad hating in that really pissed me off. It was like, oh, let's not celebrate dads.
Yeah, for doing the same thing that women do. Well, no, not exactly the same thing, because this is a guy who's been at work all day.
Yeah.
Granted, not saying that also that women don't, but
Dusty,
in
not
proportionally,
yeah,
who stays at home more
yeah.
and works with the children all day, and
Oh,
which is a
that's racist and
freaking tough
misogynist.
job.
You're such a
Why shouldn't we celebrate what we want to see more of?
yeah.
Don't we want to see men investing in their
Big great
children?
dads.
Yeah,
Especially
so let's
since
celebrate that.
One of the number one
And
problems-
women don't get celebrated?
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Women are put on a pedestal every freaking day when it comes to being a mom and being a strong woman and being a strong. Give me a break. So the moment that people give love to dads, you're going to hate on that? Give me a break. The other thing, too, is like, okay, peeing on the wall, okay? Like, my only offense that I have ever is for peeing in public. Or, who we got?
Yes, we got Gerard Ben 2.
Gerard Butler, what's up, bro? Gerard Ben, what's up? How you doing?
Welcome to the Rube Empire.
Welcome. You are a true American hero. Hopefully you saw that graphic and it just tickled your you-know-what and got you fired up for, you know what I mean?
Do I have to...
Stop! Don't touch me again. This is my number square.
Dreadlocks.
Sky.
What's up, Dreadlocks? Welcome to the...
Why are you promoting rape culture?
Listen, man. I'm sorry, man.
Dreadnought.
What's up?
Welcome to the Rube Empire.
Did it tickle you in your dickhole? Wait.
Stop! Don't touch me again. This is my number square.
I apologize, people. I apologize.
Gerard Ben, of course you love the graphic. You know why? Because it shows how truly American you are immediately. So thank you for joining the Rube Nation, which is a lot of fun. Sorry, man. I completely lost track of thought. But yeah, the man, it sucks. It sucks.
It's total nonsense.
It's trash.
Steven Crowder did a whole breakdown of the
You guys saw
the video. It was really good.
It was good.
Iron Man's earlier comment about them being virgins, she does the same thing in the very beginning of
Yeah.
the thing, you know. If I were a man, I would be, essentially I would be promiscuous. My wife actually made a good point on that. It's like, how many boyfriends has she had? How many? Men, a ton. Seems like she might be a little promiscuous.
Yeah, I think...
Granted, she gets flack for it.
Sure.
She gets flack for it, but was it? What was I saying?
And here's the problem: who
was it that said that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But she gets flack for it, but men get flack for
They do.
lots of other stuff in the same way, like entire music videos about how
Crappy men are.
how crappy men are and how wonderful their lives are.
Like, how pro is the mainstream towards men? Let's get real. Who's pro men? Listen, it's deep state, bro. Deep state is controlling that, man. You see that? It's all deep state, bro. What are the questions we got, man? Dread. We gotta answer Dreadnought because
Yeah. Do you think Antifa and extreme leftists will actually try to start a revolution?
I'm 50-50 on this one. I think that there's going to be some crazies at the Democratic National Convention.
Sure.
There's going to be Antifa. There's going to be all that bullshit.
Sure.
I just think that the problem with Antifa is there's a thing called guns in the Second Amendment that stop them from actually doing something.
There's a line. They may try to cross it, but it won't be good for them.
Yeah.
It won't work out for them. But they're little... They're pathetic people. Their only strength is their mob.
Yeah.
You know? And so eventually, like right now, they prey on old people
And women.
and women and people,
So progressive.
people who are restraining themselves.
Sure.
But they'll eventually, if they keep it up, which they may, because they seem, very
Well, they'll run into Proud
driven.
Boys. They'll run into Proud Boys. They'll run into people that will smack them back.
and they'll cross this line, and then they'll be tolerated no longer.
Yeah.
And it won't end well.
No.
It will not.
Got a good question over here from Big Boy Luther. Is it Big Boy Luther? opinion on affirmative action. I'll let the white guy go first. Just play. I'm busting your balls.
I'll say it.
Listen, I think it's a joke. I think affirmative action
Doesn't
at the end of the
help
day, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't. It panders and they're there. I think Ben Carson said it best at theirs people. It's like they're there, little guy. You're basically, if you agree with affirmative action, you have conceded to the idea that someone of a different melanin count is superior to you. And to me, that's an absolute joke. There's no one. No one's better than me based on their freaking...
Its underlying notion is white supremacy.
100%.
Whites are supreme, so we need to help out...
Black people,
and we need to help out minorities, except for Asians.
Except for Asians. We have to help out minorities except for Asians.
So they need to be actually have it worse than white people because they actually... what's the name of that story by... what's it? Harrison Bergeron. Harrison Bergeron's you.
Okay.
You know, it's basically just trying to take smart people and bring them down to dumb people level and raise up dumb people and make everybody equal.
Make them all equal.
But here's the thing about it: the person who's there and is a minority, and actually worked hard, got good grades, is really smart, has to wonder the entire time that they're in school, did I only get in here because of affirmative action?
Yeah.
Am I really smart?
True.
And then, meanwhile, the person who didn't work hard and is a minority wasn't cut out for school, which not everybody is. There's many different kinds of smarts, by the way.
Yes.
And school smarts are one thing, but there's other very, very valuable smarts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's a side note. But that person who isn't cut out for university, or at least a university at a high level, is now brought into a world that they'll never be able to really compete in.
Yeah.
Or at least that they haven't been prepared to compete in because the school system has let them down, or they let themselves. They didn't build the habits to make them good students.
Sure.
They can't compete, and so they end up dropping out.
Yep. I saw that one.
Or just feeling terrible about themselves because they're the worst in the class.
Yeah, I saw a cartoon that it was comparing the standardized education system in America, and it basically said, it's a guy behind a table and says, okay, to pass the quiz, all you got to do is climb up the tree, and it's a line of animals, and there's a monkey, an elephant, a bird, there's like all these different animals, and there's only one animal that can get up there, it's the monkey. You know what I mean? So like we're trying to say that and it goes for everybody, that all people, can fit into the system. Unfortunately, that's not the case. There are different levels of intelligence, different levels of EQ, which is, I think, infinitely just as valuable as IQ, which is, emotional, the emotional version of that. But the long story short is, like, at the end of the day, affirmative action is racism, period. It is literally condescending to the idea that white people are superior, and then I have to bend the knee, or they have to help me to get into college. They have to help me.
And it's completely antithetical to the notion of equality of opportunity.
Yeah, 100%.
It's 100% promoting equality of outcome, which is impossible to equalize.
Yeah,
impossible.
Yep.
Because we're all different.
We all are.
I'm 6'9".
You bastard.
You can bench 550 something pounds.
I mean, every once in a while.
We're not built the same.
Roids! Just kidding.
We're not built the same.
Yeah. It's all different, man, and that's the beautiful thing, man. So, but yeah, man, that's a good Q&A session, man. They got some good questions today, bro. They fired it up, man. Dude, thank you so much for following and watching us on Plausible Foolishness. If you're on TikTok right now, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Go ahead and hit that follow, just like a couple of our buddies hit right here at the end here. Timster, all these guys are on there right now. Make sure that you hit that follow. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you for following us everywhere on TikTok, on Twitch, on Facebook, Instagram. What else are we at?
We just hit 90 followers.
What? We gotta get to 100 before for 100th episode. Yeah. We're 5 episodes away from 100 episodes. Lord willing, we get there and kick some serious butt, which is gonna be a lot of fun. But we're getting closer, man. You know what I mean?
Tall people taking the good oxygen.
Yeah, that's true. That's bullcrap.
Hmm.
How's the weather up there, man? But
the perfect response to that is, it's raining.
Oh my gosh! Well, I love you guys. We had a great show today, and I think there's only one way we can end this show. I don't know if you saw it enough, but this is how you stop rape in Finland.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.